All right, welcome back to Reflections, everyone. We're talking about all things Church of Christ with the Elijah Message. It is wonderful to be back with you. Miss Willow is joining us. So let's begin in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Do you know a little bit? Okay. There you go. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31. Let's pick up here in verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, so you are about to perish. And this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant, which I have made with them. That's a fascinating passage, because God covenanted with the Israelites, with the Jewish people, knowing that they weren't going to be able to keep it. So let's go to the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5. Verse 48. This is during the Sermon on the Mount. He says, Be ye therefore perfect. Perfect means whole, complete, lacking nothing. Even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And so Jesus gives us something here that we can't obtain to in this fallen state in which we live. You know, the probationary state, as the record of the Nephites calls it. The place where we learn the sweetness of the sweet because we have tasted the bitterness of the bitter. So we can't obtain it. We can't obtain the perfection that is God, but He gives us that to be. So the question is, why is that? God sets for us a standard that we can't achieve so that we never give up, so that we never stop trying. That we say, okay, I'm this level of faith, I'm this level of prayer, I'm at this level of what it means to be a Christian, so I've attained it and I don't need to go any further. But no, we never stop trying. It's fascinating, we have this idea in our scriptures that people go up to meet God on top of a mountain. Moses went up, and Peter, James, and John went up the Mount of Transfiguration, where they saw the divinity of Jesus. And so we are climbing up to the mountain. And as we ascend the mountain to where God is on the top, we stumble along the way. We don't do it all that greatly. But Jesus gave us a way to get up there and to stumble less, to live the Christian life, to keep the commandments of God. Let's continue a little bit in the Gospel of Matthew. Let's pick up at chapter 7 here, verse 13. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. You know, most of the time when we hear these passages, it's usually in relationship to salvation. But it's so much more than that. You know, we look at our lives and there's only so many ways to live a nice, healthy, clean life. And there's more ways to mess it up. You know, you go to your place of employment, and there's not a lot of ways to do your job properly. But there's a lot more ways of not to doing it properly. And there's only so many ways you can make a marriage work. But there's way more ways to make it fall apart. And that's what Jesus has given us. He's given us the way. For he is the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father but by him, but by the way that he's given us. To ascend the mountain. And you know, my brothers and sisters, people, when they realize you're a Christian, when you're a follower of Jesus and you're trying to climb the mountain to God, people will lie in wait for you to mess up. Because there's something missing in themselves that they're trying to fill. And that fulfillment is really only in the infinite fulfillment of Jesus. And you can look at them who wait for you to mess up, and while they're saying, see, you can say, yes, you caught me at falling. For I am falling uphill. I am ascending something greater than myself, something greater than me, something greater than my ego. And it's such a big part of evangelization. Evangelization is coming to meet somebody and talking to them about Jesus and saying, accompany me as I fall uphill. Take this journey with me. And let's meet God on the top of the mountain. My brothers and sisters, it's been wonderful spending this time with you, thinking about these things, pondering these things. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, I invite you into the Elijah Message House.